Thanks. I know I...
Hey, you know what I noticed? You got the, yeah, go ahead.
No, talk about it.
So, like I taught you how to, you're looking for the curve. And, but I noticed it was starting to launch, and I think because I'm here, I got you a little distracted.
Yeah.
So just be sure when you see it's, when it starts to launch, then you don't even have to, I'm not even in the picture anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, now I got to know where it's going. So instead of, as it's launching, if you're still looking at me, you don't know what's going on up here. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Just when you're double jacking, I'm over here to help you know what your holding wood is, but once it starts to go, then it's your show more, all you, and I'm out of it, and then you're making sure to steer it and look for stuff.
See, so just a question. You think this would have probably been a good case if you were to stay in there, which you obviously don't always want to, but this would have been one where you would have maybe wanted to stay in there and saw a little bit more on that side as it was going, so it kind of roll out of that tree up there.
And it's
I got out of there, but I could have probably stayed in there and just maybe tickled that a little more.
Yeah, and that's okay. But it's good to get out of there. But also, what I'm talking about too is like your focus was on me and not the tree as it's launching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as the tree's launching, so say I'm cutting the tree and you're on that side watching my holding wood.
Yeah.
You're saying, okay, you got this, keep coming around. This is a signal too for keep sawing on my side, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm over here going like this, that means keep sawing on my side, and then I'll go. And establishing hand signals with your cutting partners. Some guys, I had a guy tell me one time, it's like, how much holding wood do you, as I'm telling him how much, I started like this. He's all, I don't need to know when I'm fucking still cutting.
Yeah.
Right? So I wait until he's down to where it matters that you're getting close, and then I'll start here and go like this, and then, okay, that's enough. That means, and then I'll say stop, and I go, you got that much. So he knows he's got an inch curve or a hinge over on my side, so he knows not to cut anymore. Then he knows to cut on his side, the rest to finish the tree off. You see what I'm saying?
I got you,
That's
yeah.
the point of the double jack. It's like, what do I have over there?
Yeah, because like you were saying, an experienced faller has pretty good x-ray vision,
Yeah.
but the only way you're 100% going to know how much wood you have on that side is if you actually go look. Because there's another thing Ricky and was telling me about that he was taught when he was first learning to fall trees, is like using your sight on your back cut. Yeah. And if your sight's lined up to where your face is, then you should have the same amount of wood on each side. And that's a really good tip. But I mean, you could maybe be a little off with your face and you don't know it. So like I was saying, the only way you really 100% know is if you physically go over there and look.
Taking the time to go look, it saves you. It's better to take a little time to look than a lot of time to pull a tree that's hung out in a,
well, and then if you're in a situation like this where if you fuck up, you could mash a goat pin or like I did a bridge, you know?
Or
so
it is.
yeah,
Mash something, you know what I mean? So, so that's the main thing. It's nice to have somebody help, but once the tree is launching, then you need to be like you said, be steering it, or not even steering, or just making sure it's going in the hole that you're wanting it to.
Yeah.
Then you know that you're okay. Now it's time to leave, and I get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So but it hit right where you wanted it.
Yeah.
And it had to lean out this way. Good old stringy pine.
So are you wanting to dump? Or well, I guess we'll have to skid this one first. So
one.
okay.
My truck won't be able to pull the whole thing.
How much do I got? I broke it.
Okay, it broke, but see what I'm saying? It broke up where all the it broke past where it's 8 inches. Okay.
I was gunned right there. I guess I just
So
I couldn't bring it.
You didn't compensate enough.
No.
Right? So this is what. No, so this. See where I'm putting it exact where your kerf is,
Yeah.
or where your hinge. You are gunned right. You're gunned to the left of the hump, not the right of the hump.
Oh, so I didn't get my gun right.
Yep. So you just gunned it off the lane. So if you would have gunned it like that, you actually, to compensate for that lean, you needed to gun it right like that. See, and it's only an inch. Look at that. An inch is 6 feet out there. See that? An inch on your gun is 6 feet out there on this tree.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that just being off a little bit, but you didn't miss your hole bad. I mean, it's just barely off.
No, but I mean, that's just shows you how like someone who's actually a professional, if they can hit their hole 90 to 95% of the time quickly, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Okay, right here. Okay, this is a good one. So you know, I tend to trim I miss a lot. I do. I'll miss my corners a bunch. But if I just leave a Dutchman that size, so say I wanted it to go where you hit, and think about it. If I leave that big of an inch Dutchman, it's going to miss with a big tree like that. If it's lean, it's going to miss that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if say there was a big stump to the right where you wanted to hit this, right? And I left a Dutchman in that's that much, this inch, it's going to break on that stump because I didn't take the time to, I missed, okay, instead of just going, it's fine, and then I just take the time to trim that little Dutchman out, and then boom, and then check again, okay, I'm good, it'll hit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where taking the time on the stump a little bit pays off. And then you break a tree, there's more bucking. You got to buck a bunch of shorties because you broke. So a tree that doesn't break, you just go out there, long log, and then you go.
So this one now, we're probably, 20, still try for 27 and 18?
It looks like, because the 30, you might get a 35 and 18, but try it. Go see what you get.
I'll see what, with the 27. I know, that's what I was like. I was going to stay in there because I saw it starting wanting to go towards that oak.
Look at that. You hit just right where you wanted it.
It's pretty ugly stuff.
It is, but that's okay. Hey,
Thanks.
good job. So go ahead and let's